The Alldus podcast is brought to you by Alldus International, supplying your expert AI and digital transformation staffing needs across the US and Europe. Today, you are listening to our ServiceNow series, where we interview the best and brightest of the industry to share their story, advice, and views on the exciting world of ServiceNow and digital transformation.
Hello everybody, it's Mark Kelly, Chief Customer Officer and co-founder of Alldus. I hope you're doing really, really well wherever you are in the world today. And part of our ServiceNow podcast, we have Aurélie Dardel joining us today from ServiceNow, and she is a Principal Customer Success Architect. And we're really, really excited for Aurélie to join our show today because we're going to be talking about the world of digital transformation from the work that she's doing in ServiceNow, but we're also going to be taking a bit of a background step in terms of the work that she's also done from a partner perspective and kind of looking to weave both of them in the world of digital transformation. And in this episode, we're not going to be just talking theory, we're also going to be talking about outcomes and some of the applications and what are the positive experiences from either an employee perspective or a customer perspective about digital transformation and how it can positively impact the organization. Aurélie, thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much, Mark. I'm very honored and humbled to be part of the show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So, firstly, tell me about your journey into the world of ServiceNow and your background, how you came into this world, and tell me wherever you want to start, you can start.
So I have 20 years of leadership experience in strategic digital transformation and consulting management with a focus on delivering customer experience excellence. I had proudly be part of the best-in-class ServiceNow Elite Partner and Federal Partner of the Year, like Incentive Technology Group and ICF. And I successfully served digital transformation for federal customers like Department of State, IRS, and some of the commercial customers. Michel Branch, the co-founder of Incentive Technology Group, has made me drink the champagne of ServiceNow in 2017. Michelle is an inspirational leader. Everybody wants to be what is Michelle today. And thanks to her and with her in my life, I am where I am today. And I have not spent a day in my professional life and personal life since 2017 without using ServiceNow. So today, I'm honored and humbled to live the dream because in 2023, May 2023, I had to make a decision based on some very difficult personal life to change and to reorient my career. And I had a chance to being part of ServiceNow. And I live the dream. I'm a success architect for ServiceNow. So I'm part of the customer success team in an impact product in a newly formed international team. So as we can hear from your accent, Mark, that I speak several languages. I speak French, native French, and English and Spanish. And the newly international squad team has been formed in September 2023 to cover the market of Canada and LATAM. So I'm lucky to make a living doing what I love, having a direct real impact on my customers and supporting them in their business challenging and creative positive change in their life.
There's so many things that you've said that we could actually talk about. Firstly, it's having that inspirational leader that was able to give you motivation, to inspire you to move forward, using ServiceNow every day since 2017 and being able to see the value of that from your personal life and from the experience. And then having that multilingual approach to solving problems. And when you speak a variety of different languages, you start to think in different ways because those languages take you on different journeys to solving different types of problems. And that's what I've learned from language is that it equips you to think in a different way, thinking outside of the box, which has been fantastic. Being a principal success architect, and helping that customer success, trying to drive value for your customers in this newly found role team, and trying to give the maximum impact. Tell me about some of the problems and challenges that you help customers solve and go on that journey. And even before we get there, maybe just go into a little bit more detail about what your role entails, and then working with those customers to come out with outcomes that actually move the dial.
So this is a really interesting question. So my role is to accelerate the value of the platform for the customer and to be able to respond to their challenges. So as a customer success architect, I am there to help the customers to find their North Star and to create the path and the roadmap to successfully go toward their North Star. As you can see, nowadays, digital transformation is everywhere. It's fast and furious, and it will go even faster and more furious in the future. We have new, AI and new other topics that we can discuss about too, but it's really important to concentrate on the fact that how we help them to be not reactive to those changes coming ahead, but to do and to make changes from a place of strength. And my role is to help them to be strong and to be adaptable to the changes and accelerate the value of the platform as a success architect.
Brilliant. So taking that, what you do and how you do it, that's very, very clear in terms of the impact. Let's pick a case study, work on all of the problems, and let's talk through the journey and the results that we could experience.
So I want to share a personal story first before taking the case study, and I will put it back to the case study. So I was traveling. I have a little boy, 8-year-old. He's a bubble of awesomeness, Leo. And I was traveling to France with him, and I had my ServiceNow backpack. And one of the passengers that we didn't know saw my ServiceNow backpack and say like, "Oh, you are working in ServiceNow." And my little boy was in front of me. Leo turned around and said, "Yes, my mom worked for ServiceNow." Very proud, like she worked for ServiceNow. And he replied, "She has a superpower. She makes the world work better for everyone." So I think to bring that, first, I'm very proud of my son thinking like that. And to bring it to a case study, it's what we do on a daily basis. We have this superpower to make, with our platform, people working better together. So let's take an example of a challenge that I currently have with one of my Canadian customers. This customer is a Canadian customer, is a mix of public and private customer. So they have to launch and deploy CSM in August 2024. They are only concentrating on the deployment is coming, how I put everything together to make sure that the deployment is successful. My role for them is to help them to have a successful deployment, but to think about strategically. The platform for this customer is showing a lot of value. Everybody wants to use the platform. They have some need coming with new requirement, coming with new needs coming away. So how we help them not to concentrate just on the deployment of CSM, but to concentrate with them on how you will make to open the platform and to create more value once you exponentially open and deploy with CSM. So what we did with them is we identify their demand process. We identify what do they need, what kind of governance, how we can standardize, how we can normalize the way that the demand is coming in, and how we can build a successful roadmap to grow the platform and to reply to their need. So what we did is we further a central governance. We have, through the impact team, we have some accelerator So we work with them on an accelerator of governance of portfolio to do an organizational structure and to bring accountability. And we move forward with a center of excellence and innovation, and we help them to stand up this center of excellence and communication. We are a platform company that enable our customer to achieve any type of work across system, department, countries, as you can see, cloud and company. Is not only the tactical and the successful deployment, it's how we deliver excellence and how we help our customer to operationalize this excellence.
So what I like there is, in one way, the customer has a specific goal in mind, which might be deployment or hitting certain criteria. But when you're going to the customer, you're saying, listen, we're going to help you achieve that goal. No worries whatsoever. However, strategically, we can do this in a variety of different ways that's going to enhance that goal. But as you grow and scale and future challenges come down the track, you're going to be in a better position to achieve those goals as well. Because as you said at the start of the call, digitalization is coming fast and furious. So we want to be in a position to be able to take that on rather than just be able to solve this problem at this time, which means you're not set up for success for as you scale across the whole organization. Globally, you become better and more expectations come from customers because you hit the North Star today. However, we know that the cheese is always moving, that we need to keep going there as well. So you're being that advisor for today, tomorrow, and then the future.
This is totally correct. And we are trying to put them out of a reactive mode and become a proactive. Change is fine, and we are ready for it. And we want it, and we will make it work. And of course, nothing is set in stone. And change is positive for growth. And what do we learn from what happened in the past? And how we leverage our strengths to make sure that the future we are more proactive towards it. So we have governance in place that we can put. We have white glove support that we are doing for them. We have some, for example, on another customer, it's totally a public customer. This one in Canada is we created for them one-stop shop for innovation with citizen development program enablement. So they know, they standardize, they normalize, they feel that they have boundaries that they can use and they can leverage in order to control the change that is coming their way and embrace what will come next.
It's funny because anybody listening in, you're saying, well, that does make sense. But if you've been in a situation where you're reactive because you need to deliver on something in a very, very specific time, your focus is tunnel vision to, I need to deliver this now. I'm under pressure. The future can wait. Can we just get this going? So having that trust to take a step up, look around before you make that pass or make that decision is very, very important. So we've talked a little bit about digitalization, the importance of getting this ready for your customer, trust, building that along, being that strategic advisor, and we shared some examples with that. What has surprised you about the impact of the platform with customers? Is there any particular case studies or notes or return on investment that comes to you to go, even to this day, I was amazed with the impact we could have across those customers?
This is an excellent question because customer always ask you, hey, I bought all those licenses. What is my return on investment on what I bought? So part of my job is to do value realization. So what we do is we set business objective with the customer. We set business outcome and we measure them with KPI. So when you see that one of our customer, they have a huge decrease in number of incidents on the platform at level 1, and they had an increase on level 2, And when you see that, and you see that you go with them and you can give them those KPI and saying like, look where we are. We are not meeting our target. Let's discuss about a mitigation plan. What should you do? Let's use knowledge management, create more knowledge management. Let's create a level 0. Let's use our assist. Let's use our tool and our platform to create this level L0 in order to map and use your success on L1 and making sure that we work with you to optimize your processes. You do that on a quarterly basis and you review the value and you review those KPI. The platform today is agnostic of your what you want to accomplish. The platform is giving you a tool and your processes, not only on the technology, but on your people to bring them at their best at their job. And is user-friendly, is low-code, no-code, so low technical debt, and is one-stop shop for any kind of innovation. We are replying to any kind of problem that they are working on, and we work with them and we accompany them shoulder to shoulder to make sure that we monitor, we adapt, and we change.
It's great because when you're in a certain industry, let's say it could be finance or healthcare, for example, you can have very specific, compliance to that industry. But if you do take a step back, there's certain things that are agnostic that you can use AI or ServiceNow for, such as customer support, HR onboarding, sales and marketing, and all these different things that you can use. There's a wealth of examples that you can build on, which is fantastic. And then once you get those things going and motoring, it's about utilizing different off-the-shelf products that can help you just train these people, get them up to a certain speed. But then the exciting part happens is you've got this proprietary data as a company that you can start to leverage AI and ServiceNow models to create this special sauce that you can start monetizing for and creating this incredible customer service experience, either internally or externally. It's going to be very, very hard to compete against because you're going to be able to utilize this as well. So we're really coming into an exciting area where you're going to be giving an incredible digital transformation experience, but now you can start to utilize these tools to create something that's a real competitor advantage.
I really would like to emphasize what you say is spot on, and ServiceNow is there for that. For one and unique reason is we leverage our success story. Every customer, we are all people. At the end, it's all about people. And we are all people and we all challenge on any kind of industry with the same challenges in a different way. ServiceNow is entering in a phase 5 journey. So meaning that we want to be above 20 billion in revenue. So what we need to do is deliver, deliver, and deliver. And how we will do that is by using and collaborating, using our success story from our customer, replicate them, and customize them. And we have those success stories. It works. And how we spread it out, scale it, is by using them, standardizing them, and customize them for our customer with any kind of tool and with any kind of success. And we want this delivery excellence, and we are all hand on keyboard to support our customer to be able to scale it and to be successful, because we did it, we are doing it, and we will do it even more.
It's a pretty simple plan. Once we keep delivering and delivering, everything else is going to start to build from it, right? Because people will get that value. So closing off the podcast, we always like to ask kind of more of a personal question. And reflecting on your journey now, if you met your younger self walking down the road and you could have a coffee with her, what advice would you share at the time?
This is a great question. This is a question that I really love because it's a lot of reflection. So I will say I will have 4 advice for myself. So the first one for my younger self. The first one is linked to Bill McDermott, and he says that all the time, and he's spot on for anybody. Dream big and trust your dream. Shoot for the star and go there. That nothing wrong can happen, and continue to do that. The second one It's one that is a hard one for me. It's fail, and it's good to fail, because when you are down and when you are in your failure, you are like, oh my God, this is awful. I will never get out of that. But no, failing is good when you learn from it. And every single day you get better and you go above and beyond and you improve on who you are. So failure is a huge positive thing that happen in your life. The third one of the person in my personal life, very positive, influential right now, has taught me this one, is to take care of yourselves first. So it's like in a plane, put your mask first before putting on anybody else. Why? Because if you are kind to yourself and you take care to yourself, you will be kind. And kindness open you any door. We are all people, we are all human, and we do not know what happened on the other side. Your customer can become aggressive one day, but what did happen for that? How I can help, how I can support you. So be kind, and kindness will solve anything. And the last one will be to surround yourself with smarter people than you, because they challenge you. And nowadays, in my current position, I have this beauty in my life. I have smarter people around me. My team are amazing. So Tad, Jack, Valerie, Catherine, Annie, Melanie, any kind of those leaders, they bring you every single day to be at your best and to push yourself even more. And so from the bottom of my heart, I'm very thankful of our teamwork. And our teamwork is our dream work. And I'm very thankful for ServiceNow for enabling us to fulfill our purpose together, to do our best work, and to live our best life.
So much wealth of advice there. I think you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, firstly. So I think choose wisely. So it's great to have so many smart people around you. Kindness, I did a TED talk about 6 years ago on that topic, and it's something that I firmly believe is important. And then dreaming big and following through on that, because that's what brings congruency. Because if you're living a life where you're congruent, it's of your values, but also about what you want to achieve and work towards. And it's very, very important to do that. And while you're failing or not quite hitting your mark, there is so much to learn from, but it can be very challenging when you're in that situation, because you can be knocked back and don't necessarily want to go forward because you want to reflect and think about it too. So it's really, really good advice. Aurélie, thank you very much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mark, for having me. I'm very thankful about it. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Alldus podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any Android podcast of choice. You can also head over to our website, www.alldus.com, to listen to more podcasts, view our open roles, and stay up to date with industry news. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more great episodes coming very soon.